Hello everyone, welcome to the Free Study Center. Hope you guys are doing fine. And this video is regarding Jupyter Notebook, and I will show you how it is useful for the beginners. If you are learning for Python for the first time, then this Jupyter Notebook is the best thing for you to use, as this is the best for the practice. Okay, let's see. And I had showed you in the previous video how to install the Jupyter Notebook. If you had missed that, please go watch and install the Jupyter Notebook and Python first. And yes, in the search box, I will type the Anaconda prompt. By default, this is in the C drive, but I don't want to make some spaces in the C drive. That's why I will use the D, and inside that, I will open my Jupyter Notebook. Just wait. Yes, I will open a new file, new Python. So yes, this is our Jupyter Notebook, and about this we will like how this is useful. And the first thing about the file, as you can see, yes, this is currently your file name is untitled true, but you can rename this under this file section. You can open a new Python notebook from here also, which will be open in the new tab. And I don't want this, that's why I will close this. And under this file section, and this is a open. If you have saved your file anywhere, then you will get back to this page, and you will, let's say I will open this untitled one. So these files are open. I will show you what are these things, and we start learning. So if you click on new notebook, you can open your new file. If you click on open, this will open your existing Python file. I can rename this file. I will rename this file to untitled to the anything you can name, like first Jupyter, or and you can see your file name has been renamed as this. Python actually, this Jupyter notebook creates some checkpoints, and you can revert to that checkpoint. This is my current checkpoint, like Python December 19 and the 6:42. If you have worked, if you keep working on this for the 3 4 5 days, then you can revert to the previous stage work, so that whatever may changes you have made currently, that will be reversed. Print preview, you all know, like if I want to print this as PDF or on a page, then this will be print like this. On a Kaggle submission or GitHub submission, you use such kinds of things. And then this is a little bit important, because downloaded, as you can work, you are working here in the Jupyter notebook. This is actually a .ipynb file. It's Python notebook file. The VS, actually Visual Studio Code, which is another editor that uses .py, .python file. Yes, this one. And when you submit your code, when you submit your project on the GitHub, then you usually you do prefer this markdown.md file. And close and hold, you all know this will get closed. This is the I will come to this later on. First, let me introduce about these things. Save and checkpoint, I have already seen that. And this add this, if you click on this, this will create a new cell below. This is a cut down. The cell will be cut, we delete. By clicking on this, you will go up, and by clicking on this, you will going down. And this is a run command. Up to any cell, to run any cell, you have to click on this run, just like If you guys remember, this is the most common line for the first. If you are starting coding, then you will be taught this line first, print hello world. I have typed something in this cell, and if I have to run this cell, then I will click on run. Either you can click on run, or you have clicked here. If you from your keyboard, if you hit and plus enter, cell will get run. So you can do this from your keyboard. Either do this, or you can simply, if you hit run, then this will get run. And when it is run, like if you see, this part is blank because this cell is not run yet, but this cell has been run, and that's why you are getting some number here. In some cases you will get here a star, that means this cell is still running. In case of infinite loop, you will see these options. Don't worry about the coding part, this will be out when you start learning. All this will be introduced later on. First, I am just telling you about the Jupyter notebook. Like, see, the one is getting printed and a star is there. This means an infinite loop, and your cell is still running. So if you when you get such kinds of issue, first stop this kernel. First try this. Get either this issues will get solved by clicking on this, or you will have to go to the kernel section. You go to the kernel section and then you just type interrupt. This is also not working. Then we will go to the this one, restart and clear input. Yes, now you can see this has been resolved. So this infinite loop, you when you start coding, you will just see many times, you will start at many times. So be careful. Yes, you can do simply the kernel and you will restart and clear output. Don't do the reconnect or the shutdown. Reconnect will reconnect your kernel, and shutdown will shut this kernel. Yes, about this section actually. So if you have to make, and when you will start working on some projects, then you need to, sometimes you need to make some headings. So you can do like this. You will do a markdown. Oh, you will make this cell as a markdown. And double S and heading, you can run like this. And this is getting old and large size character. So this represents, this is my heading. And in the mark, if you want to reduce its size, then you can simply do the double hash, and when you run it, you can see the size is, I will just remove this between us. If you want more size reduced, you will simply, don't forget to put one space after the hash, otherwise it will not work. So be careful. Simply you can reduce more size. Yes, why it is important for the beginners, I will tell you. Like in Python update, you will see lots of new functions in every update. So recently I have seen like so many updates have been found and new functions have been introduced. You are unable to remember its documentation actually. Just click save its documentation. On clicking on plus, you will see its complete part. Let me zoom it. Yes, I think now it's visible. Sorry about these names. Just clicking on Shift plus tab from your keyboard. See its documentation part. Clicking on plus, I will see. Yes, inside this you can give your low option, higher. This is basically to random number generating. It's a uniform random number generator. So returns a random integers from low to high. You will type here the minimum value and the maximum value and what number of integers you want to find it. So it will return you like that. If you go down, the each and every description have been mentioned, and I think you will get example also. Yes, like you can type like this. Okay, numpy. This is actually numpy as np. So np numpy dot random dot rand int. Uh, number of value is 2 and size is 10. Then you will get number less than 2, or it is 0 and a 1. So 0 and a 1 you will get on the 10 times. If it is only 1, then you will get a number less than 1, and that 10 times. If you want an array like 2 or 4 size, then you can mention the size 2, 4 also. So that's why Jupyter Notebook, I said I will show you how it is useful. If you are a beginner, you can learn this way, and this is very useful for the beginners. And internet connection is not required to see all this. So this is a offline method, and that's the big advantage. Otherwise, you will have to search it on a Google. Like what does numpy.random.rand it will the same all the information. See similar information you see in the Jupyter Notebook as offline method. See everything has been mentioned offline. Otherwise, you will have to check it on a Google. So in the beginner, this is very beneficial. This is very useful. That's it from my side for today.